Hi Vidya, can we get started?
Yes.
Okay, right. So how can I help you?
So can you explain the process of no, Selenium installation?
Sure. So what I could see is you are already accessing our Selenium software directory folder that you already have. So to give a background, Selenium is a browser automation software, which you will be learning in the upcoming classes. So before you come to the classes, we should have all the softwares ready, right? So if you go to the website, seleniumsupport.testleaf.com, it will give you a complete detailed documentation, what you need to install. So quickly to brief you, we should have Java. Though Selenium can be written in multiple languages, the learning is going to be in Selenium Java because that is the most popular, most dominant from a job perspective. That is why we are learning Selenium with Java. So for which first we need to download and install JDK. JDK is a Java development kit, which helps you to write Java code, right? So before which we need to find out if your machine is going to be a 32-bit or 64-bit architecture, right? Now, if you
Yeah.
see here, if you are using your, can you go to your Windows command, right?
Yeah.
And now you will already know what is the Windows version you are using, correct? You know
How
that.
can I know what architecture my machine is, like a
Okay.
32 or 64-bit? So as you
Okay.
have told me to install according to the architecture, so how can I know that?
So type in the terminal uname -m. Uname -m.
Space will be there.
Yeah, correct. That's an
Hyphen.
argument. -m. Enter. Okay, uname is not recognized. We can do it, close the terminal. So in many of your cases, if this is available, it's easy. Go to your system, right? And click on the system information. And once you see that, you will be able to understand what is your Windows is available. Now you're using Windows 10. When you're
Yeah.
using Windows 10 and system type talks about x64 based PC, if you come down, right? That's a
Yes.
64. So Windows 10 is generally a 64-bit architecture. So if
Mm,
you use Windows 7, it can be either 32 or 64. For
good.
all other Windows version, you should generally have a 64-bit architecture that helps in the speed. So close this. Now we understood your
Yeah.
architecture is 64.
Yes.
Now let's navigate into the 64-bit software. And if you go inside and you have JDK available, right? Now
Mm.
download that. Now JDK is required for you to have Java installed in your machine. So as you download, can you also download the eclipse.zip? Though it is possible to download Eclipse directly from the Eclipse website, but the one Eclipse that we gave you has a pre-installed plugin, so you don't have to install the plugins.
Okay.
Okay, now we got the zip file and JDK. Before we start installing, can you open the command line one more time? Just type CMD, right? Now type Java space -v to find the version. So we have not installed, hence you are saying Java is not recognized. Is
Correct.
that clear? So
Yes.
which means Java. Now close the terminal. A lot of people do a mistake keeping this terminal. Close this terminal. Now double click on the zip exe file that you downloaded. Now that would take you a couple of, depends on your machine speed. It may take you a couple of seconds to minutes. So be patient. Yeah, okay. If
So shall
not,
I
if it
do
is,
this?
yeah, go to the folder where you downloaded. think it's coming up, right?
Yes.
Yeah, now click next. You're installing JDK 8. Some of us like to know, can I install later JDK? Yes, you can. The minimum version of JDK we should have for this project for Selenium 4 and above is for Java 8. That is what we should have. Okay,
So many.
looks like you, yeah, it looks like you had multiple clicks. So cancel the other ones. Okay, click next.
Okay, I'll do it later.
Yeah, okay. I'll do the right and click next. Depends on your machine speed. This may take anywhere between few seconds to few minutes. So hence go through this process. And once the installation is complete, we need to cross check. Now you should take a note of this. It is going to install in C program files Java folder. You don't need the JRE folder, just keep a note of the C program. That's a standard folder name. Click next. Okay, now the JRE is setting up. And interestingly for you to know, Selenium is actually using Java 8 features like lambdas optional. So hence you should have basically Selenium Java 1.8. Even there are people who has 1.17, it is absolutely okay to have later version of Java. However, the minimum version is required is 1.8. That's why we gave you 1.8. It's more than enough 1.8 to have, right? So once the installation is complete, the environment variable will be automatically set by Java. It will take care right now. Just close this. So go back to the command line. You open a new command line. Don't use the existing command line. Now repeat the step. Java -v space. Yeah, white space v. Now it finds the version. Now if we got it, now it says again, it could not find the, now you got -version. Yeah, Java version. Now it was able to identify the version for you, the version that we installed. Okay,
Yes.
so remember Java version. Okay, now we got the version of Java right here. So which is good, right? Now, which means Java is ready. Now, Java is the only installable software. The next software that we need to, don't have to install, just run it, is Eclipse, which already got the zip file. Close this terminal. Now go to the zip file, double click on it. Now that will be extracted. Now what I would generally recommend is close this purchase option, select the Eclipse folder, extract to your D drive if you have a D drive, or if you have a very particular folder. This is only for Windows, right? The people who can extract, put it onto the D drive. If you don't have a D drive, go to your C drive and create a folder inside C drive called Testleaf. Create a folder called Testleaf. And inside the Testleaf, I think you're putting in the wrong folder. That's okay. Make sure you're putting in
Okay,
the
it is there.
some folder which can be very commonly relatable. Okay. Yeah. So just make sure C colon, select the C colon, and then you click new folder, Testleaf. Okay. And then click OK. Now click OK. And now what will happen is Eclipse will be pushed, extracted to that Testleaf folder. Now for people who has D drive or E drive, it is recommended you keep it in the other drives. This extraction process would take anywhere few minutes for you to have it. Okay, that's something you should
Okay.
keep a note of it. Okay, it would take anywhere up to few minutes for the entire extraction process to complete. So keep a note of this, continue to extract. Once the extraction is done, then you can go to the appropriate folder to take a look at it. Is that clear? Okay. Now we are inside the C colon Testleaf Eclipse. If you go inside the Eclipse folder, now it got extracted all the software right here. Now double click on the eclipse.exe. If you are in a Mac or in a Linux, so we gave you another one, just download them and then start working on the same process. The process is not different between both of us. Again, depends on your machine speed. This will take you a little time. Now, by default, it focused to D because one of our templates starts with D. Now you can choose from your C colon. You can create browse, select from the workspace that you have, maybe in C colon, Testleaf itself. So whatever you want to choose here, and that will be your workspace. Select the folder. And click launch. Now this will launch the Eclipse for you. This is the first launch you're going to have in your Eclipse. Remember, this will be a fresh Eclipse workspace for you. All the Java code that you're going to write will come and sit in this particular workspace for you. It is absolutely okay to have multiple workspaces. This is the first workspace. Can you maximize it? Now you got your Eclipse up and ready. Now all that you should do is go ahead and close this welcome window. And on the left-hand side, this is the Package Explorer. Package Explorer is a place where we are going to have all the source code that we are going to write in our Selenium project. Okay, now we have to create a Maven project here.
So why should we need to create a Maven? Already we can see a Java project here.
Yeah, good question. Now let's understand the difference between a Maven and a plain Java project. So, for example, when we are going to have a Selenium project for our automation, which is going to be requiring multiple software, not just Selenium alone. So we need Selenium for browser automation, TestNG for running all your test cases sequentially or parallelly. We need the data to read from Excel sheet, for which we need to have Apache POI library. And then we need to have a BDD, behavioral development design, right? So for which we need to have Cucumber, and for all our HTML reporting to publish with the images, we need extend report. So we need multiple softwares. So it is not one software. When you create a plain Java project, we need to go and manually download all the required Java jar files and add them manually. Yeah, you might think it is a one-time setup, so what, right? But it is not true, right? Tomorrow, if you're working as a team, 10 people in your automation project, everybody want to use the same version, including your customer. So it is always good to have as a common project template. Maven helps you to create a common project, right? In which you can manage all these dependencies, as well as you will be able to manage all your build related information. You will be learning a lot more information as we progress, but it is a good starting point. Now to create a Maven project, go File, New, and then go and select Other. Right? And you select Maven here. So Maven is basically the type of project template that we are going to choose, right? Maven project. So now click Next. And here you start, let's start with a simple project, the first one. So which skip us not to go in deep diving, we'll start with a very simple project. Click Next. Where we need to specify two information. One, group ID. Group ID is like, what is our project name? So here it is recommended your company name. Maybe you can start with org organization, org.testleaf. So can be for learning purposes. If you work for Cognizant, Infosys, Amazon, depends on it, you can put your own company name. It's okay. Artifact is going to be straightforward. You just type project name. This is nothing but what project name. So let's keep it as like Selenium. Capital S, Selenium. Yeah. That's our project name. Click Finish now. Other fields are not mandatory for now. When you create it, it takes some few minutes for it to download the entire template. Now you see here at the bottom, there is 0%, correct?
Yes.
Double click at the 0% at the bottom that you have. Yeah. So it might take some time to download from the internet, depends on your internet speed, your machine speed, right? It might take anywhere between 2 minutes to 3 minutes, worst case, to have the project ready, right? So that is something you should continue to look at, right? So once you have all of them set up, you will see this entire download will be complete. Once the entire download is complete, it will say 100%. So wait for that moment to happen. So where it will download all the required project libraries and will be ready. Now you got 99%, 100% done. Now, generally you see here with a warning, yellow color on your left. If you move to the left side, there's a yellow color. That's okay. That's some yellow color says warning, but we don't have to really bother about warning. If you get a red color icon, something wrong, then you have to do force update. I'll teach you how to do force update in case we get a red icon, right? Like a error icon. Right click on the project Selenium. Right click on the project Selenium. Yeah, right click. Yeah. And then go to Maven. And then go to update project. And now you check the checkbox called force update. Yeah, now click OK. This will reinforce the entire download. Sometimes if your download failed due to the internet challenges or network problems, and it can reinitiate the download. You click OK. This will go through it one more time, but nothing wrong for you to do it again. It will be immediate for you because it already downloaded everything required. Click OK. Okay. Now with that said, we are good to go, right? In your case, yeah. Looks like you have trouble. So click OK, just enter button. Okay, now everything is all good. Can you expand now the project Selenium? If it is a Maven project, you will see the structure, something like that. Structure will be detailed to you later, like source main Java. That is where we will be writing our Java code in week 1 and week 2 always. Right now, let's go to the POM, Project Object Model XML file. Double click on it. So if you click, we will get the template. What dependencies we need to add? Can you increase this font size by typing Control plus so I can read it better? Just click inside. Yeah, you got Control plus, right? Together. Yeah. Now we need to add the dependencies here. The dependencies are softwares that we need for your project to have. Can you take a moment to go back to the directory, the Google Drive that we gave you? Right. If you go back, Selenium software, and here we would have you something called Maven dependencies. So go to the Maven dependencies, and there you will see pom.txt, right? Just double click or download it first. So just copy this entire content. Copy the entire content. Make sure you are not copying something incorrectly. Take some time to confirm everything is copied. Yeah, copy this. Come back to the Eclipse and paste it between the line number 5 and 6. Between line number 5 and 6. Now do Control A. Select Control A and Control I. If you're in a Mac or Linux, Command A, Command I. This will format your entire thing, right? Let's go back up little. So let's look at what are the dependencies we have. We got WebDriverManager, which is to manage the browser driver. We got Selenium Java at the bottom, which is for your browser automation. We got TestNG for your, right, executing all your test case sequentially parallelly. Apache POI for Excel related automation. Again, same for Excel XX. Cucumber is for your BDD, right? Both for Cucumber with TestNG, Cucumber with Java. So all these are all required software. Commons IO, actually, we don't need it, but this is basically for snapshot management as a folder. And then we have Avant Stack extend report, which is for HTML report. Now we got everything. But remember, we need to save this. Unless we save this, right? Control all, save all of them, right? Go and save all of them. Yeah, save all of them. This will trigger the download of all the software. Otherwise, nothing will get downloaded. If you see after some time on your left-hand side, you will end up seeing Maven dependencies on your left-hand side. Right now, it is not there because it is downloading. Because it is basically multiple software, your download time may take anywhere between 5 minutes to even 15 minutes at the worst case, right? So it is recommended you to go through the entire process to download. Okay, is that super clear? So I think that makes a lot of sense for you, right? So that will take some time. So you have to watch out that, the percentage of completion. Now, once everything is done, you see Maven dependencies coming up. Yeah. And similarly, it also download all the source codes and Java doc. This is original source code of Selenium. TestNG is also getting downloaded. So we can see how the developers have developed it also, we can able to see. So allow a little more time. It would take another 1 or 2 minutes to complete. So wait until then. Until then, let's go and explore. Can you go expand the Maven dependencies on the left-hand side? Yeah, here is where we got a lot of software. Though we added only 5 or 6, internally all the 5 or 6 jar file need multiple internal softwares. So we got multiple internally, multiple jar file. That makes it easier for us to manage from Maven dependencies. Otherwise, it is very difficult for us to know which jar file, what version is compatible. It's very difficult. So if you're using Java as a project, we can use Maven as a dependency, which is very easy to manage. Right? Let's collapse that. So remember, we are almost done. Remember, in case if you get yellow color warning on the top, that's a Maven project, right? The yellow color warning, that's okay. No problem with that. So you're absolutely okay to do that, right? In case we get a red color warning, so allow it to complete. Then, as I told you before, go and force update. Even after force update, right? If you still got stuck for whatever reason, then contact the mentor in your WhatsApp group. We will be happy to help you to find out what went wrong. Okay. Okay, now it's everything got downloaded. Is that clear?
So yes, Babu. Actually, let me know how can I confirm that is everything is fine here.
Okay. So first thing is if Eclipse launches, right? First time when you're launching Eclipse, if it is launching, then your JDK is fine, your Eclipse is fine. So information number 1. Number 2, you are able to set up a Maven project. In the Maven project, if you see all the Maven dependencies got downloaded, you saw that every Maven dependency came. And third is you just got a warning, no error message right here. So if you see all the 3 combinations comes well, then you're all set, ready for the classes. Okay. All right. Wish you all the best. See you in the classes. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.